All right, guys, we got lots of stuff going on at the shop right now. We got lots of stuff coming up too. So that's what I want to bring you up to speed on things. We've got, I'm going to give you an update on the Haas today. I'm going to give you an update on the ice cream truck. The other thing we got going on is Sick Week. Everything is coming together for Sick Week. Man, it's going to be an awesome event. Actually, I don't talk about that much, but it is a coming up thing. Now, Sick the Mag, the new magazine, actually did go to print 2 days ago. So we should have the magazines. We'll be shipping out here, and it usually takes a couple weeks to get them. So they'll be shipping out around Thanksgiving. The other thing, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. So you guys served. You guys give us the ability to have freedom and live our life the way that we want to live our life. And that is because of the veterans. You guys fought for us. You guys fought for this country. And it's a shame some of the stuff going on, but we still do live in the best country in the world. So thank you to the veterans. Get you up to speed on Cleetus and Cars. Cleetus and Cars coming up, or no, Cleetus and Cars is coming up next Saturday. We have the LeMullets Race next Friday. So next Friday, I'll be down in Florida running in the LeMullets Race. Steve Morris and I will be teamed up in a car in the Crown Vic. Man, last year when we went down there, it was such a great time. You can go over, like there's a pay-per-view for it, so you can go sign up. I think it's like 14 bucks or whatever to watch that race and the Cleetus and Cars on Saturday. So definitely follow the link, go sign up for that if you want to watch that. We do have new shirts coming down the pipe. We got new hats in. Those things sold out in a day. But we do have more hats on the way. We got more shirts on the way. So all the merchandise available. There's the Sick Week, the Sick Ward stickers, like lots of stuff over there on the merchandise website. But no further ado, let's get you up to speed on the stuff that's going around in here and get you up to speed with where we're at with everything. So thanks, guys.
Car has driven 760 miles. It has run the quickest pass in the history of drag week for a car that has completed the week. There's only one reason why they're making this pass, and it starts with a 5. And he gets out solid with a 105 shortcut. He goes for the 8 mile, 194 miles an hour, 599 with an 8, 250. That is the first 5-second time in the history of Hot Rod Drag Week.
All right, guys, give you the update on the ice cream truck stuff. The goal with the ice cream truck is that it will be down at Sick Week as well. So in February, we're trying to get some stuff done with it, kind of creature comforts and stuff, so that I don't know, add to the cool factor of it. I mean, not a lot of it has to do with reliability. We did put new spark plugs in it, but stuff like that to get it down there, to have it in Florida, and then, like I said, some of those creature comforts. So one thing we've been working on is, I'll show you here, is a little power adder to it. So it has, talked to Holly, or Nitrous Oxide Systems, which are owned by Holly, but now we got a nitrous controller in there. This, if you don't know, this was a drivetrain out of an 06 Trailblazer, so it's a straight 6 4200 with a 4L65 behind it. They are peppy motors. I mean, I think they're rated at 210 horse or something from the factory. I mean, maybe even a little more. I don't know, but it is a peppy motor. But one thing that I wanted to do with it, which is one of the reasons for the power adder, like it started as I just wanted a purge kit for the nitrous, because I wanted to be able to purge it out through the old windshield washers. So, and I want the light up ones, which, there you go. You got the light up purge adapters so that it sprays. I see that at the races with the nitrous cars sometimes, and I just think it looks cool. Is it kind of cheesy? Yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but the ice cream truck's kind of cheesy. So, but then we kind of got carried away that we said, okay, well, if we're putting a nitrous bottle in here, we got our big old mother bottle. Why not? Let's just run it to the engine. So we are plumbing it to the engine so that we will have that extra horsepower on demand. Don't know what we're setting up for. Maybe a 200 shot if we can double the horsepower. That might only work once, but no, we're gonna give it just a little baby shot, see what it does, and then work on building from there. Like I said, I don't even know how many miles were on that engine when it went in there. I mean, it's just a junkyard Vortec out of a Trailblazer. So that was Blake at 417. They bought a wrecked Trailblazer when they did the chassis for this. And basically they just used everything they could off of that Trailblazer. So the brakes, the engine, the trans, it used to be the steering column. We took that out and I went to an aftermarket steering column because I hate the looks of that when somebody puts a steering column out of some modern car in an old car. I just can't stand it. We also been working on the lights with it, getting some better interior lights inside, just stuff that had been on the list that we just hadn't got a chance to get to. So the others, Aiden actually even wired in a door switch back here so that when the door opens, the lights turn on. So like I said, just little stuff like that on the ice cream truck. Obviously, it's just it's a cruise along party vehicle that obviously the goal's to do ice cream and hot dogs out of it at Sick Week. Not sure who's gonna be driving. I think Bobby's gonna come down, who helps with the fab work and stuff around here. So, and he'll probably cruise it all week. So we'll see how that goes. But that's where we're at on the ice cream truck. That's the update on the ice cream truck. And that's what I got. Thanks, guys. All right, 1.0 and 2.0. You saw in the other video, I took those out to Steve's. That's when I had the issue with the trailer, which, by the way, we do have a whole bunch of tires in now to basically change now. When saw the flat spots and stuff on the trailer, I'm like, hey, we got to change those out. So we got new tires in. Gonna swap out the tires on the trailer. A couple of those tires for one of the other trailers, but get that stuff up to snuff because that stuff has to go to Florida. Hopefully in December, I'm going to take all that stuff down to Florida, get some testing in prior to the event in February. But 2.0, Steve's supposed to get that on the dyno. Hopefully, well, it's Thursday, but I would say yet this week, but hopefully beginning of next week because we got to get that back and I got to get 2.0 wrapped. 1.0, if he doesn't get done, it doesn't matter. Right now it's winter, it's not going to Florida. So we got that to get done. Once this ice cream truck's done and out of here with some of the stuff, the ship box has to come over here because there's some modifications and stuff that need to be done for that because Aiden will be going to Florida as well and racing in the Sick Week. So I'll have my car, Aiden will have his car, shit, Steve will have his wagon. Like, I mean, that is shaping up to be just a crazy, crazy event. So you got Cleetus, you got Jeff Lutz, you got Derek from Vice Grip, you got Alex Taylor, you got Dave Schroeder, you got, I mean, basically you name it, it's there. So that is going to be epic. We're live streaming it, courtesy of Motion Raceworks. So Gear Vendor Overdrive sponsoring the whole event. So, I mean, it is going to be insane. About 15, I think I counted them the other day, there was 15 6-second cars and 3 5-second cars. Like, let that sink in. Like the only 5-second pass that has ever happened at a drag and drive event, I did it, and that was a 599. So, but now you've got my car that can run 5s. You got Lutz that's a proven 5-second car. You got Schroeder who built a 5-second car. And then let's jump into the 6-second cars. Like you're talking 15 of them. So I can't even run down the list. There's so many of them that there has never been an event that had that many fast cars at it. And I talked to Tyler last night because prepping for Gainesville to bring in our own prep crew so that we're sure that that track as set to kill as much as the other tracks will be. I mean, Bradenton, Orlando, South Georgia Motorsport Park, I mean, you all know the records that come out of those parks, so, or out of those tracks. So we got one more to Gainesville to make sure that that's set to kill, and we will be shaping up for the most epic week that has ever happened at a Drag and Drive event. So, new issue of Sick the Mag, shipping out, so if you don't subscribe and you want to, you better go subscribe. Last issue sold out, so go get on for this issue. So, thanks guys. All right, guys, give you a Haas update on things. So the Haas update is, there really isn't an update right now. They were out a few weeks back. Their local rep here, Gerotech, was out. They had like 3 or 4 people out here. They went through stuff with my guy, Jim, basically looking at the stuff. Then they asked to see a lot of the stuff with the programs that he wants to run with it, or that he is running, because roughed in the block went to heat treat. So right now it's the block should be ready to go into the machine to be finished. So the issue with that is that Jim ran stuff, the same program over, and it basically, I don't know, you cut along a line, like, obviously, I mean, it's not a straight line, but you cut along a course, and then if he waited 2 hours, he cut along the same course, it would touch on part of the, area that was cut before, and then not on the other, which says that stuff was moving around. Now, they seem to think that it's the material. Like, I mean, there's a big debate there going on, and I don't know what it is, but they've looked at, like, Jim's sending them all the program stuff, all the stuff to look at and say, what, if I'm doing something wrong, then tell me what I'm doing wrong. So they've been reviewing that. They've came back with a couple questions and stuff, and I mean, a couple of them, it's like, when we bought the machine, we said what we wanted to do. Like, it was purpose bought. And we also talked about the tooling to run in the machine to do what we wanted to do. So now, some of the stuff for like the crank bore and the cam bore, they're like, oh, well, no, you can't do it like that. You're gonna have to buy this. And that's the dilemma that's not even the dilemma we're at yet, but that's a future dilemma for the fact that that's not what we bought it for. We didn't buy it that we had to buy 1 bit for each one of those cuts. So we bought it that we're gonna be able to go in there, machine those cuts, and we're gonna be able to come in from both ends of the block. So where it's at right now is a frickin' standstill. Like, it's sitting here, Jim's doing engineering stuff, he's getting it to them, they're reviewing it, and hopefully real soon, then we can cut on this block again, and we can either figure out that there is an issue to where it's off, and or we can figure out that it's all good. We can finish cutting the block and we can put another block in there. So one thing that they are talking about, which once again, I don't claim to know anything about this, but they're talking about that, like, probing it, like on a very regular basis. And like, so the thing I get from it is like 20 minutes of cutting, then probe, then 20 minutes of cutting, then probe. Well, in my eyes, I don't think that that's how anything works. Like, in the times when I've seen machines run, I haven't seen stuff getting probed on that type of regular basis. So that's where I'm with the Haas. I don't have a good update on it. I don't really have any update on it. I don't want to say good, bad, indifferent, because right now all I am is frustrated that we are over a year that this has been here and we have not had one product come out of it. And I don't know if that's our fault, Haas's fault, I just don't know. So you guys asked for a Haas update. That's what I can give you right now. I've been waiting, to give you good information, bad information, whatever the information is, for a while. That's why I haven't talked about it in the videos, but I mean, people keep asking, so I wanted to give you exactly where it's at, and that's exactly where it is right now. I hope that there's progress within the next days, weeks. I hope it doesn't take months, but who knows? So that's what I got with the Haas update. Thanks. Hey guys, give you a Tom talk today. Tom Talk today is going to be on making a list. Making a list that you can check stuff off that list. You can keep adding to the list, you can keep checking stuff off that list. But if you make a list, you're able to see the progress that you're making. And it sounds silly, it sounds such a simple concept, but don't know. It played havoc on me lately because whether you know or not, I got a lot of different stuff going on, whether it's with my company or with Sick Week or the race cars or anything going on around here. And I got in the habit where, like, I usually have a great habit of making a list, checking the stuff off. Like, and hey, here's today's accomplishments that I need to get done. I make a list, I cross the stuff off. And I don't know, for a couple months there, like, I went away from making lists. I just, in my head, I was jumping around from this to that. And at the end of the day, it really felt like I wasn't getting anything accomplished. Now, I was busy as hell all day long, but I didn't feel like I got anything accomplished. And then this week, finally, I mean, like, what's different? And I finally went back to making my list. And now this week, I've methodically so far been able to check stuff off every day. Now, my list is not getting any shorter, but I've checked off things on the list, and I've added as many things as I've checked off, which isn't a problem because at least I can say that, hey, I got this stuff done. And it sounds silly because, I mean, I was famous for years. I just kept lists in my head and I didn't forget stuff. Well, now that I'm getting older, like, if I don't write it down, usually I forget about it. Well, why I got in the habit in the past couple weeks of not writing stuff down, basically it was weighing on me a lot because I was looking at the end of every day and I'm like, shit, I didn't get this done, I didn't get this done, I didn't get this done. So once again, this week I went back to making a list, checking the stuff off the list, and here we are. Today's Thursday and I got a lot of stuff done. And most of the reason I went to go make the list was because stuff I have coming up. It's like I haven't been out of town much lately. Well, next week going down to Garrett's for Cleetus and Cars, so I'll be racing with Steve Morris in the Crown Vic down there. Week after going away, it's Thanksgiving week, and that is part of the reason why I'm like, oh, well, what's all the stuff I got to get done before I leave town? And that's developed a list, and I'm like, well, geez, why have I gone away from this list? So that's what I got. Make a list, and then you can check that stuff off. So don't let yourself get too overwhelmed where you don't feel like you're accomplishing anything, because at least you can go back to the list and see what you have accomplished. So thanks, guys.